At the beginning of the week, my mom was getting rid of some clothes, and it got me really thinking, what are some things in my closet that I'm not wearing or need like a spruce up? Across some things that I really still kind of liked and didn't want to donate, but I wasn't wearing them, so I needed to find a new way to wear these things. I came across this top, I came across this dress, and I found this corset. Okay, so here's the thing with this shirt. I love it, but it just has too many elements that I love. It's like too much of a good thing, right? So it's got these bell sleeves, which kind of went out of style a little while ago. And it's got the tie-up detail, which has these really obnoxiously large holes, which kind of remind me of like a early 2000s era belt. And then there's a cutout in the back, and on top of that, it's a turtleneck, and it's also made out of scuba material. I know that I like a lot of these elements individually, but not all together, so something's gonna have to go. I don't really know how to make it modern. I know that something's gonna have to be cut because there's just a lot going on in one shirt. So the first thing that I knew that I wanted to get rid of was the sleeves, because I just hated the bell sleeve, so I cut those off first. I knew that I wanted to model it after another shirt that I had. So I took the back of this tank top and placed it against the shirt, and I'm using a white pencil to mark out where to cut. Then I'm just gonna cut along those lines. And I really wanted to make this perfect just because I don't plan on hemming this. This is a no-sew tutorial. But I think the fact that the material is kind of scuba-like is very forgiving. So as long as you cut straight lines and really take your time in perfecting them, I think it should be okay. I cut the front and the back separately because I really wanted them to be identical. I cut the front and then modeled the back after the front. It was a little hard to cut this shirt because the straps kept getting in the way of me cutting it evenly. After I put the shirt on and looked at it for a while, I noticed that it was definitely still a little bit too long for me to wrap the belts around in the way that I would wear it. So I decided to crop it. This came out so cute. I love that it's a turtleneck but also sleeveless. I love those kinds of things that's like, am I hot or am I cold? Anyway, I'm gonna wear it. This dress has so many good memories attached to it. I wore it for my birthday when I was living in London, and for that reason, I just can't seem to part with it. I love the gold. The gold looks amazing on my skin tone, and I really love the cowl neck because it's very trendy right now. So I'm going to have to find a way to fix it. And this is going to be an interesting project just because instead of working with normal materials that you would work with for like a cloth dress, I'll be working with like hardware tools. The dress was like $4 or $5 and it is falling apart very badly, but for some reason I cannot get rid of this. I wore it like 2 nights to go clubbing, and after those 2 rough nights, it was done. So I kind of wanted to repurpose it. I'm not going to any clubs anytime soon, so I thought I could turn this into a shirt. So for the dress, I loved this material because it came with a grid, so I just followed a straight line across and attempted to cut it with some pliers, but that didn't end up working, so I actually used my little baby scissors and that worked perfectly, so I thought that was really funny. To fix one of the loops. The loops was actually missing, so I took a loop from another part of the dress and I stuck it at the top and closed it. And for that I just used some pliers. And I took the 2 longest chains that came from the dress and I added it to the 4 corners, and this is how it turned out. I love this. It's giving black girl luxury, it's giving hot girl summer. I cannot wait to wear this. This was actually an older DIY that I just never finished. It was like a full shirt, like it had the cups and it had straps attached as well, so it was like a full thing. But since I got it, I cut out the cups to make it a little bit more modern because the cups had a lacy floral detail on it and I felt like it was dating itself. It was making it look a little bit granny, so I cut those off and it made it super modern. And then you would think, that's it, I'm done, I can wear it, right? But it has this huge yellow stain in the middle of it, which is very noticeable. Not when I hold it up against something white, but when I hold it up against something that has color. And more than likely, I'm going to be wearing this with a lot of different outfits, and I just want to be confident in wearing this and not be so self-conscious. I would just think, I hate that there's a giant stain on this. I've decided enough's enough. I'm gonna figure out how to get this stain out, or it's going out. Okay, so this corset was really sent to earth to test me because I looked up and down Google trying to find ways on how to take stains, old stains, out of clothing. So I found this one link that told me that I could make this concoction, and if I waited 15 minutes, it would take the stain out. I used dish soap, salt, and lemon juice. I left it for 30 minutes the first time, didn't work, and then I left it for an hour the second time, and that also didn't work. So I was at my wit's end. I didn't really know what else to do, so I went with bleach. And I know bleach is kind of extreme, but I was like, either this works or I'm gonna have to cover up the patch because it turned it like a different color. Luckily, the bleach worked. I've been dying to wear this. Ever since I got it, I've just had so many outfit ideas planned with me wearing this, and now I can finally do that. For a moment there, I didn't think I was gonna get that stain out. I tried everything. I'm so happy with the way that each of these things turned out, and I'm just so glad that they each get like a new life. I would say each of these things came out better than I thought they would. Thanks for hanging out.